a mess, and she's easily the most relatable character I've ever read about. And I'm hearing slipping through my fingers cleaning. They're 30 years old and they're basically just in a situationship. I love you so much. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not new here, welcome back. I've missed you so much. So in today's reading vlog, I let booktubers choose what I read for a week. I've actually already started this video, but basically how it works is I DM'd a bunch of booktubers asking them if they wanted to choose between 2 books for me to read in this video, and the books they chose is what I will be reading this week. So the first booktuber I reached out to was Heather McLarry. I honestly think she has the best vibe. Like, you know, some people just have a very niche aesthetic, and she's one of those people. Every single video she has is so cozy. Watching her videos is like being engrossed in her world, and I love that. So when I asked her and she replied, I was so excited. She said yes, of course. I sent her 2 options: Swift and Saddled by Lila Sage and Lizzie Blake's Best Mistake by Maisie Eddings. These are both books that I want to read this month, in the month of February, even though Lizzie Blake's Best Mistake is the only book on my actual February TBR. I asked her to pick between the 2 and she said, "Ooh, Lizzie Blake's Best Mistake looks cute, do that one." So to start off this video, I've been reading Lizzie Blake's Best Mistake. This book, guys, I started this book this morning. I think I just wanted to get a head start before I started actually filming. I had to stop myself, like physically put it down so I would stop binging it, because it is the easiest book to read. It is the most enticing. Like, the premise, everything is just so amazing. So when I had opened this book the first time, like maybe a year ago, I opened it and it was 3rd person and I said no, so I closed it. And I haven't picked it up since I bought it, which is maybe like last summer. So I haven't picked it up since, but after maybe the first 5 pages you get hooked. And Lizzie is she has ADHD, so she's an eccentric but also chaotic character, but her chaos and her personality isn't just surface level. Like, there's so much meaning behind the way she is, and it's really interesting, and it's kind of like emotional. I don't have ADHD, but my sister does, so it's like reading this and seeing this from her perspective, her frustration and her feelings, it makes me sad for her. And I'm like, oh my god, guys, like, please just be nice to her, be kind to her. She's trying her best. Even like past all of that, she's just a great character. This book is following Lizzie and Rake. They basically are polar opposites. Like, Rake is very type A, passive, doesn't really feel anything, as Lizzie is, like I said, eccentric. She's everywhere, she's chaotic, she's bubbly, she's colorful. They meet and they have like instant chemistry, and they explore the chemistry, and they have maybe like a week together where she breaks her only once rule. They have a week together where they just click instantly, and then he moves back to Australia because he's Australian. So he moves back to Australia. Something happens that, is this a spoiler? It's an accidental pregnancy trope. So when she finds out she's pregnant, we are at the part where he gets a call and he goes, "Okay, well, I'll be there." And she's like, "What?" And he's like, "I'll be there." So he catches a flight, 36-hour flight, mind you, back to Philadelphia, and now they're talking it out, trying to figure out a plan, and she's kind of melting down. He just met her and he doesn't technically know her, but he already knows how to handle her, type of thing. I love an accidental pregnancy trope. I know not everybody does, but me personally, I just think it is the perfect, well executed trope. Like, when it's done right, it's done perfectly. Like, it's flawless. It's the most satisfying, sweetest story, and I've read so many good ones, including this one. I just already know it's so bingeable. I think I'm only on page 110, so I'm on chapter 18 already, this much into the book. It's just fast-paced. It's fast-paced, it's entertaining, it's laugh out loud funny, which I love in a book. That is how you get me, when I can laugh out loud and not have to fake it. That's how you know a book is good. Yeah, so that's just how you know you've got me. That's how you get me hooked, and this book has gotten me hooked. I'm just obsessed with it. Like, I'm so happy that she's chosen this book, but I'm also so upset that I didn't read it on camera and like get more of my reactions early on, because some of the earlier moments, it just really had me like it just had me giggling. I'm interested to see how this story goes. They just clicked off the bat without the whole pregnancy, the whole everything that happened. They had already had this like tenderness about each other, and their romance without it would have been great, I think. But now we're still seeing that like peeking through. Like, I don't think I'm explaining it right, but the relationship they had, now that they're forced into proximity, it doesn't like how well they work is still peeking through them trying to figure this out. And we're seeing a scene where he's doing something for her, and it's just really sweet. And I think that's another reason why I really love accidental pregnancies. It fosters the most like sweet themes, and they just take care of each other, and they take care of the girl so well. It's like anyways, I just wanted to update you guys. I'm gonna keep reading this book. I think we could finish it today or tomorrow because it's genuinely that good. Like, even though it's third person, it's that good. We're gonna keep reading this. Thank you, Heather, so much for picking this book. I'm so excited to get back into it. She's a mess, and she's easily the most relatable character I've ever read about. Like, oh my god, I get her so much. I hate that. I hate that I get her. I understand her. And she just understands. Like, I don't know. He's crying. Oh my god. They're so freaking cute. I'm so annoyed because I just give like a whole reading update and the quality sucks because I'm facing the window. Dumb lighting stuff. Just know that I don't know what's going on with this next clip, but hopefully you can hear everything fine. It's just a little blurry, I guess. Hi guys, I haven't given maybe a reading update when it comes to this book. I just got home from the gym. I had an early start this morning. I was reading this in bed for maybe like an hour. I had to stop myself because, like I was saying, I think I was saying this, it's so bingeable that I've been kind of forcefully making myself slow down so I can get clips of it. Mind you, I've gotten maybe 0 since yesterday, but I woke up this morning and I was just like flying through this book. I am now on page 241, chapter 36. I know if I sit down to read it right now, I will finish it right now. I've been really enjoying it. Like, I'm surprised by how much I'm enjoying it, and I do like have vague remembering why I was so eager to pick this book up, how many good reviews I heard, but like genuinely I've never read a third-person romance this good, just ever. It's just really good. Like, it's just a really, really great book, and their relationship and their chemistry, bye. I love Lizzie. She's just so entertaining. She's so fun to listen to, but she's also so relatable. And like, I hate it and I love it because I really understand where she's coming from. I understand a lot of the pain that she's feeling. Like, it resonates with me. Do I have any complaints? Honestly, it's just really freaked out. Like, I don't know what I was expecting. Maybe because I thought like, okay, like it's yellow obviously, but it's just really like, like interesting, which I understand because like it kind of plays into her like ADHD, but it's also overly, you know? And I'm like, I don't really mind, but I just kind of noticed at some point, I was like, okay, like maybe we could tone it down like 6 notches, just 6, 7. So that's my really only notes, but I'm gonna finish this right now because I've been eager to get back home to read it. Now we're gonna finish Lizzie Blake's Best Mistake. I freaking love this nickname. Like, I love this nickname so much. I literally can't handle it. Guys, he literally said, because I love you, because life was a shadow before and you're the sun, and I want the world to know that I'm an absolute fool for you and nothing makes me happier. You love me? Yeah, birdie, I do. I love you like a heart beats or a fish swims. It's automatic and unavoidable, and I wouldn't change a thing about it. You've busted into my heart, carved your name to every chamber. Good morning, guys. It's a couple days later and I want to update you guys on the book we just finished and tell you about the books we're going to be starting after. Oh god, I genuinely think I've lost my voice and don't know how to talk to this camera anymore. Can you hear my stomach? Oh my god. Can no one else hear that? Okay, guys. It's been a couple of days since I last talked to you regarding our video that we're filming. Okay, so I've never said the word regarding one day in my life, but it's been a couple of days since I've talked to you, and I think I finished Lizzie Blake's Best Mistake a minute ago. I think at Wednesday, and today's Friday. So I want to talk to you guys about this book because I have a lot of good things to say about it, and I'm really happy that we started this video off with a bang because this book is actually like, it made me remember why I was so eager to read it and how many good reviews I had heard and all this stuff, and like why it was so high on my radar. Genuinely, the only complaint I could have made was the fact that it was kind of hypersexual. Aside from that, it was really good. It was so good. I loved Lizzie. I loved Rick. I loved the way they worked together. And they had like a small conflict that I kind of thought was stupid. I don't know. Maybe I'm like, there's just certain things that an author would choose for a third act breakup or a third act conflict. And it's like, what is really the point? I felt like their conflict should have happened way earlier. And I kind of saw that it was going to be the problem. But it was also in the last 50 pages. And I don't think it's worth it to introduce a conflict 50 pages before the book is over, especially in a 300-page romance book. Like, it's just not needed. I think if you're gonna do it, commit to it early on, but like sometimes it kind of feels like authors are just trying to push a conflict just so they can add to the plot, and I didn't think we needed it. It would have been so good regardless of the conflict. It is so good, and I really enjoy. I don't know why, like I just thought it was really good. Like, it was genuinely that good. I don't know when I want to read this book. It felt like sunshine. It felt exactly how it looks. It looks the cutest. It is the cutest. I think it's sitting at a 4.25 stars, only because I can't remember too vividly reading it. Like, I do have a slight, like, I remember reading it, but I don't remember feeling much because I was really tired, or like I was reading it half asleep. And I remember thinking, I really love this and I really enjoy this and I really can't wait to go home to read it. But I also remember some days I was just like blurry fog of reading it while I was like super busy trying to do something else, or super stressed and like really just on the verge of falling asleep. 4.25 stars only because I don't feel too passionately about it to give it more than that. But otherwise, super great read, and I'm so happy Heather chose this. I genuinely... Also, I want to say, if any of these creators that chose these books are watching, thank you guys so much. I know I'm like hyper grateful for something that isn't really that big of a deal for other people, but I really appreciate it, and it just made my whole week. Yeah, aside from that, I want to tell you guys the second booktuber who chose my reads this week. I reached out to Books by JB. You know those like OG booktubers that you watch when you first started reading and that like built it, like they set the groundwork. She was just one of them, and I watched her channel a lot, and when I reached out to her and she got back to me, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy. I had asked her to pick between, I don't have the other one because I actually bought either one, but I wanted her to pick between First Time Caller and Beg, Borrow, or Steal. The other two books that generally they just kind of like look similar to me and they're both cute, and I was like, maybe I want to read either of these. I don't really know. I texted her about it and she was like, hi Angel, I'm honored to be included. Thank you so much. I said, thank you so much. That makes me so happy. And then I said, these are the two books for you to choose from. She chose First Time Caller and I said, perfect. Thanks so much. So this is our next read. I'm very excited. I think, did I explain this? I think I did. I wanted to read this book. I was like, you know what? I don't feel like reading it. And I just judged it. I said this. I was like, I judged it very much so by its cover. Did I talk about this book already? I don't know. But anyways, I wanted to read the book and then I decided I wasn't gonna read it because I was like, it looks boring. I don't really feel like picking it up. And then I picked it up regardless. So this book is about Aiden and Lucy, from what I know, which is kind of vague because I didn't really read the back, but Aiden is the host of this like Heartstrings podcast where they interview people about their love stories and they like vent about their relationships and he gives advice, blah blah blah, but he's actually like a grump. And Lucy, I guess she's like a single mom, and her kid calls into the podcast and somehow arranges for them to meet, and that's where the romance starts. So the premise, super cute, love it. I know people read it near Valentine's Day. We have have passed Valentine's Day, but it's still February, so I feel like perfect time to read it. And I did start it because I just wanted to see just how far I could get into it. I read 6 pages, so like literally barely anything. I already like the writing style, and that's something I kind of spot early on, but I like the writing style already. So I'm very excited to start this book, and I don't have any other updates. I don't have anything crazy to say really, just this is our next read, and I'm very excited to start it. Guys, look, the book matches my kitty socks. I need to get a job. Where are we?
Featured.
They have a big
We're at
French
Flowers.
toast.
I'm actually really excited. It looks really good. I didn't come here with any money though.
Man, good thing I'm rich, so I'm gonna cover the tabs. Let me show everyone right. This will cover everyone's tab.
Yo, $2.
It's 54 cents.
Oh shoot. $2.54 sounds like a meal to me. Welcome.
Ew.
Suddenly Seymour, suddenly Seymour. Da, 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 da. We've come to another coffee shop and I look like a bum. But it is the next day, so. Hi guys, it's been a couple of days since we last talked and I want to give you guys a little bit of a book update. I feel like we're so overdue because I've gotten farther into this book and I had a lot of doubts that have been turned around and it's looking up. But before, I didn't really know because I was thinking about DNFing this book. Basically, I went on Goodreads and I was like, let me just log the fact that I've started the book. So I went on Goodreads and I fell into the loophole and I started reading reviews and I read Sarah Crowley's review, and I don't know why, but I really appreciate her opinion. Like, it matters to me and we kind of have a lot of the same thoughts. So I was reading her review and she had said something kind of how this book halfway through kind of gave her the ick because Aiden isn't really a strong male character. Like, he's kind of lacking confidence in that she deserves better. So when I was reading this book, I was really bored. When I broke the first like 120 pages, I finally started getting interested in it and like felt entertained and like, okay, I do actually want to continue the book. But I've been kind of keeping like half an eye on Aiden because I'm like, well, is that true? Like, is what she thinks true? And I try not to read reviews before I read books because a lot of times you have a lot of different opinions and it's nicer to like develop an opinion on your own. But this opinion, it just got to me. So I've been reading the book and I can kind of see what she's saying, like a little bit, but we're not even halfway through. There's about like 400-ish pages into this book and I'm only on page 178. I don't even know how much this would be into this book. I think we're pretty far, like close to that halfway mark. I don't know, like I'm enjoying it now, but before I was like, I don't really know if I'm gonna like him. He's different. Like, he's a grump, borderline some other personality issues. Like, he's grumpy, but it's not like behind it he's like a softie. Like, he's grumpy and I think they're trying to get him to look soft, but it's almost like he's like rude, just like kind of like douchey, and I don't love it, you know. I don't love his character, but I do think they're entertaining now. Like, I do actually want to read it when I was gonna DNF it. This far into the story, we're kind of seeing more of like a jealousy and their relationship developing, and like I said, the plot of the story is, I thought it was just like they would start dating, which I'm assuming obviously they will start dating, but it's more so that when she calls in on this radio station, her clip goes viral and then it kind of spirals into a thing where they want to make her segment like a TV show reoccurring thing, and now she's gonna be on this radio show and it's gonna be like a dating show and she's gonna be trying to find like different suitors. He hasn't gone on a date with her. I didn't really know what to do with that. I do like to see like the little jealousy bits that's like sneaking in there because she's dating other people and she's talking about guys and blah blah blah, but his jealousy kind of borders on possessiveness in the worst way. Like, I don't love it, and I really love Lucy as a main character. I think she's really well crafted, and stuff about her personality, about her wants, about her desires, about her life, just really well done. So I really like her as a character, so I do want a good main male character for her, and I'm not sure Aiden is there. Like, he's kind of half for me, so I'm not like obsessed with this character. And I personally, I think it's much better to just love a male main character, like to have a strong male character, because sometimes I think a weak male that is tongue-tying me. I think a weak MMC is too realistic. Like, it makes me feel like I'm just in the real world, like watching real world examples. Like, I don't really want to know how bad, there are a bunch of bad people and bad men in the real world, and I would just love to open a book and just read about like this amazing partner who loves her so much and cares so much about her. And I don't know if I'm gonna find that here, and I don't really know how I feel about it. I'm enjoying it enough. Like, I had to stop myself from putting it down because once I got into it, and then I wanted to read, I just wanted to continue it, and I am still like halfway just trying to get through it. Yeah, that's like, I don't have too much to say about it. I'm so tired. It's so rainy, it's so cold. I wish it was more like sunshine and like rainbows and matched like the aesthetic, and it was just like the perfect ambiance to read this book, but it feels like gloomy and I just don't really feel like doing anything but sitting in my bed and just reading. So hopefully I can get a good chunk into this book. Overall, that's my update. Not much is going on. I think it's starting to finally pick up and the plot is getting closer and closer to their actual romance, so like I'm excited for that. But otherwise, it just feels like a typical romance book. Like, I don't know. Guys, I think I think every single scene of them together is proving me wrong, and I love that. I love that Aiden is redeeming himself, and I love that for him. I love that for them. Also, it's really cute, and I forgot to mention it, they have little clips of the news station airing whatever, so it's like the script. And I don't know why, I usually hate little add-ons in books. I don't know, That sounds so like Debbie Downer of me, but I usually don't really like them. But this add-on is cute and it adds to the story and it makes me laugh because some of the stuff is just like so cute. And we don't really get to listen to them on air a lot, and I just like the way they talk to each other. Like, I like their banter. I like everything about them, really. But, like, I don't know. Like, I love how I was just hating, and now I'm all giggly about this book. But I also love that for me because, like, I want to read a good romance book. And I hope this is a good romance book. I hope this is what this is. Plus, look at the cover. I need to stop boring you. Look at this cover, though. Isn't it so cute? This is such a sidebar, but like I don't know why, I literally haven't vlogged in the longest of times. I never really vlog. I did one vlog and now I genuinely, like, every single time I have a thought, I feel like, where's my camera? Like, I don't have anyone to tell anything to. Where's the vlog? And I'm like, should I do a weekly vlog? But I'm always in school, so I'm like, I have to wait until the summer to do a weekly vlog. But I want to do a vlog, I want to talk, and blah blah blah. And I just don't know. Comment if you guys liked the vlog, and if you watched the vlog, thank you so much. But if you liked it, comment so I can know if I should keep doing it. Yeah, anyways, gonna keep reading. I love you so much. Okay guys, I have been listening to the audiobook of First Time Caller. I am not an audiobook listener. Like, it's really just not my thing. I never tried it. I did once, but I've never really like caught on to the wave, like the hype. I just usually just like to read a book physically, but I've been reading this book or listening to this book, and I don't know, like, I like it. I like the vibe. I feel like this is a perfect book to do that because there's so many different characters and there's so much like comedic. It's just funny. So I think it's like the perfect kind of book to listen to a narrator. And I also just kind of wanted to try it. It has a very flowery writing style, which I wasn't expecting. And like the way she describes things, I just really like hearing it in the soft tone like the narrator does. I like listening to all the detailed explanations about how she's feeling and the state of the places she's in, and like all the descriptions sound so nice in the audiobook. And I've been kind of enjoying it. I wish I had like something to do, like something clean, a drink to make. I don't really have anything crazy going on, so I don't really have much to get done while I do this, but I'm thinking I'm gonna find something, because why not multitask? Like, if I can listen to an audiobook and get something else done, I think I'm gonna do that. I'm this much into the book, so we're not too far, but I would ideally like to be close to next to basically done today, and it's not too late. It's 6:30, so I think we could get that done. Plus, like, I'm sure my mom would love if I like clean the kitchen or something, so I'm just gonna find something to do with myself while I listen to this, see if I can get farther into it. I'm hoping I can get like maybe this much left for tomorrow, and then I can start my next book. Honestly, my only thoughts are that I wish he would just kind of like man up, because why do we have 200 more pages left and it's a bunch of I can't be what you need, blah 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 blah. Like, you guys are too old and they're acting very young and they're basically 30, and I'm like, guys, let's move this faster. I also feel like Lucy is just taking such like a dominant role, and maybe that's like an old school thought, but he's not really carrying it. Like, he wants her to make decisions for her. He wants her to do this and her to do that, and like he'll just like ride the wave. She sets the tone, not in like a, oh yeah, like I just want to go by her terms, but more of like, oh, I don't have enough backbone to come up with my own terms. And I just hate that. Like, I don't like that. Everything else, love it. I just wish Aiden would like man up. I'm gonna keep listening to it, and then I'll update you guys on how I'm feeling about this audiobook. About listening to their phone calls.
I flopped back down on my bed with a sigh.
Oh my god. Oh, I hate him. I hate him. Oh my god. Oh my god, I hate him.
He blows out a breath and drops his head.
Shut up. No one asked. Oh my god, who asked? Raise your hand if you asked.
Of a ship as he slowly passes by.
I'm freaking crying.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I hate it. And I love it.
Rosie?
I hate to admit this is kind of cute. Oh my god. What is this book doing to me? Good morning, guys. We are in the middle of a blizzard. I feel like it's important to address this because nobody, are we not going to talk about it? Like literally, it is covered in snow. It only just started last night around 10 o'clock. It is Monday morning. School has been canceled. Honestly, just across the city in New York, in Boston, in Philly, we are getting hit the hardest and it's kind of a mess out here. So I am home and don't have school today, but that's good because now we can talk about these books. Last night I finished First Time Caller by B.K. Borison. I had a lot of feelings about this book and I sat with these feelings, or I guess like I couldn't really sleep, so I was kind of forced to sit up thinking about what I felt and what I was thinking and what was going on. And I also watched a bookmark episode of Sarah and Des talking about this book, and it really helped because I didn't want to piggyback off their opinions and like parrot everything they were saying, but there's a lot of stuff that like I agreed with them and it helped me kind of get my thoughts in order about how I felt about this book. I have a lot of irritation when it comes to this book, but I cannot deny that it was interesting because I was really hooked. I was so mad that it like fueled me to finish it, and I was just so infuriated. Like everything they did, and especially Aiden, like it really just made me so upset that I was like, I have to finish this tonight because I need to see how this is gonna go. My biggest problem with this book is just the fact that Aiden could not get his act together. Lucy genuinely carried the whole book. Like she made all the decisions, she had all the confessions. He had one ending sweet act that he did, but everything else was her feelings and her trying to reach out to him, and he just would not man up. He would not take any responsibility. He would not be dominant in any kind. He wasn't a good male main character. Like he couldn't lead her at all. There's also like a scene where they're like playing, I don't know what it's called, it's like skee ball or whatever, and he's bad at it, so she comes around his back and like guides his hands, and I'm like, this is a prime example of what I'm talking about. Like you guys genuinely, she is the only dominant character in here. Aiden just could not. He was so scared all the time, and I think there was a point where his don't really care for relationships, I don't believe in love, it just was overdue. Like it was like, okay, well, are we gonna have an arc? Are we gonna have redemption? And I don't think we had that. The ending we had kind of felt scraped together, which is interesting because this book was so long for a romance book that I thought they had ample time, but they just had more time to like stall and drag their feet, and we're 200 pages into it and they were still dragging their feet. I was literally sitting up last night realizing they never have a real planned date. And I wrote this in my note, and I think like if it's something, I wrote something about like they don't even have a real date, this is a glorified situationship, and it is. I don't care. Like I liked everything. I liked Lucy, I liked Grayson, I liked Maya, I liked all the side characters, I liked her job, I liked all these aspects of her life. I could not get over how bad this romance is. Like it was not official, it was not mature. They're 30 years old and they're basically just in a situationship playing in our faces for 420 pages, and then we have an ending. Is his finally kind of like taking mini steps in her direction, but it's like she's the one doing the stride, she's the one doing everything, she's the one like, if you're ready to talk, I'll listen, if you're this, I'll listen. What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? Like nothing. He is the problem, and it made me feel like this should have been the book before, or like the backstory to an actual romance where she gets where she deserves, because he was not that. And halfway through it I started envisioning him as Joshua Bassett. That's not a good thing. That is not a good thing. I can't. I'm sorry. Joshua Bassett in my head is like skittish. And I was thinking of him like when he's a teenager in like HSM TMTS. He's kind of like skittish, you know, shy, nervous, cannot speak up for himself. When he's Ricky, he's infuriating. And I couldn't get that out of my head. Like he was the worst. And then listening to the audiobook fueled it worse because I was just listening to nonsense. And I was like, what are you talking about? And he would say something and she'd be like, well, I don't know what I did wrong. And I'm like, standout. He doesn't get his act together until the last 20 pages, and he doesn't even do that right. He's treated everyone in his life horribly, and he's immature. He's a childish character, genuinely, and he like doesn't redeem himself. I think in the epilogue they tried to make it so like now they have like this family unit and he's sweet and and I never doubted the fact that he could incorporate himself in their world. The true problem was the fact that he could just not be a worthy member. He was not really worth being in their world. What was he gonna add to her life? Genuinely, what did he add to her life? She just wanted to have magic. She wanted to be taken care of. She wanted all these things, and he wanted to piggyback off of her emotions. He felt stuff for her, but he never, not once, told her. He told her at the very end, and like the most like, okay, that was cute. And that's why like the hating, like I have like scales, because his love confession was cute, and a lot of these moments were cute, and I love a lot of these scenes, and it's just such a cute story. The underlying like actual foundation of the book and their relationship, no. That's why it was just a fun read. I think it was fun because I was mad, and then the audiobook just like added to the drama. So I'm glad I read it, and I didn't hate it, and I would pick up the next book because it's supposed to be about like Jackson and like this like enemies to lover, and like just getting a little snippets of them. I was like, okay, wait, I actually do want to read that, and it is coming out this month. So I do want to pick up the next book, but like hopefully it's a little better than this one. I rated this book 3.25 stars. It was 3 stars, and then I was like, but it did have some fun times. I did enjoy reading it, I can't even lie, and I did finish it in like almost a day. I've gone back and forth if it should get a higher rating. Maybe in the future. I need some time away from this because I'm like upset for her, and like I just need to not remember him exactly how he was, because he was not worth it. I don't care. I'm sorry. I just went upstairs to get my iPad. This leads me to my last and final booktuber choosing my reads. I'm so excited. Like I'm very, 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 very excited. The next person I asked was Katelyn Washko. I don't know, like this isn't like undercover, but I think she doesn't have nearly enough subscribers. She's a new booktuber that I found, and I've been watching her for like maybe over 8 to 10 months, like for a long time, and I really, really, really love her channel like a lot. I love her vibe, I love her energy, I love her reading vlogs. I really like everything about her. So when I asked her, I was really, really hoping, fingers crossed, she would respond, and she did. So I had her choose between The Wedding People by Alison Espach and Blue Sisters by Coco Mellors. These are two really highly anticipated books on my TBR. These are new books that I've gotten, and I really want to pick either of them up. I honestly didn't really have a preference. She said, oh girl, every time I go to Barnes & Noble, I pick up Blue Sisters. It sounds intriguing, and like I would bawl my eyes out. Blue Sisters. Then we talked a little bit, but that's not really important because our next book is gonna be Blue Sisters by Coco Mellors. I'm very excited. I actually thought this was a bit of a longer book. This book is 420 pages. So I was like, you know what, I don't really mind like a 400 book. Maybe it's just a change of genre. This is actually only 330-ish. Since we're in a snowstorm, since I'm just stuck at home, I really don't think I'll have school tomorrow either. I'm hoping I can finish this today in my home. Binge it in bed while it's snowing, like that kind of vibe. From what I know, it's just about this group of sisters battling like grief and addiction and all these things. I'm really just in it for the sibling dynamics. I really love my siblings, so when I read books that like this, I feel like it'll really resonate with me. She has a very lyrical writing style, so I'm excited to annotate. So I'm hoping it will be a good read, and I'm very excited to start it. So I'm gonna take you guys with me, and we're gonna start Blue Sisters by Coco Mellors. I know it's like early, and I feel like I love to speak too soon. Like I love to speak too soon when I'm reading a book, but we're already getting introduced to like the different dynamics and like the different sisters, and I really like the metaphorical way that she's like introducing them, the way she's talking about why they are the way they are and their different personality traits and all this stuff, and like the metaphor she's weaving through it. It's just really like seamless, and it's really nice to read, and it's like I want to annotate every single page, and I actually already got an annotation. I don't know, I just really like it. Like I'm only on page 5 and I really like it, but also like don't hold me to that. Like genuinely I love to speak too soon. Kids who grew up with loving fathers had the same starry-eyed softness as kids raised in places like Malibu, those homes of eternal sunshine. They never had to toughen up. Lucky had this theory that having a bad dad was like growing up in a place with a long, rough winter. It hardens you. It also prepares you for reality, which is that summer is a season, not a lifestyle, and most men will hurt you if they get the chance, or maybe it was only people who grew up with bad dads who believe that. Oh my god. Bye. I think it's time for us to give a little bit of a book update. I've been reading this. I haven't really changed spots. Like, I've kind of just sat in my bed. I had at some point started annotating like with little bookmarks with little like tabs, because I don't really annotate with tabs. Usually I don't do too many annotations, but like since the second I opened this book, I've just been writing in every single page, and her writing style is so beautiful. And I don't know, like I wasn't really expecting for like emotion to hit me with this book. I don't know if that's this kind of unfeeling of me, but I never really feel intimidated about books about grief because I've never experienced grief, so it never really resonates with me how I think it would with someone who's gone through that kind of experience. But this book has kind of like made me empathize and putting me in their perspective. I really wasn't feeling too emotional. Like, I don't really cry about books, but like I was on the verge of tears because I was reading one of the pages and they were talking about this Dolly Parton song, and I was like, you know what, it would be nice if I like put on some music while I was listening to it. So I put on Dolly Parton song, and like that almost took me out. Like, I was literally, oh my, like I cannot with this book. It is so beautifully written. I feel like we're far enough into it where I can kind of give you a synopsis, or like my version of the synopsis that I picked up. This story is about 4 sisters. They're the Blue Sisters, that's their last name, but one of their sisters passed away. We enter the story on the anniversary of her death, also 4th of July, and we're kind of seeing their different lives and their different coping styles. After her death, they all separate into different corners of the world. So one of them is in England, one of them is in Venice, one of them is in Paris, and they're just very spread apart. I will say I think this is a very character driven plot. There's not like a lot going on plot wise. It's not like there's like a storyline that we're following. We're kind of just going through their day-to-day life. There is something I think is being introduced to the plot because one of the sisters is asking to come visit another one of the sisters, and their parents are also selling the apartment their sister who passed away lived in. So now that it's been a year, a lot of things are changing, and I think that's gonna be essential to the story. Really just enjoying it. Like, I don't know, I'm writing my little annotations. I am really just having fun, and I think it's picked up. It was kind of hard for me to like fly through, but I feel like I'm getting through it now, especially like the song Wipe Me Out Clean. There's so many different relatable themes in this book, and a lot of the stuff they talk about just being a woman and like a lot of the different struggles they go through and stuff they talk about. Like, yes, there's trigger warnings, but also some of it is very relatable. I found that their perspectives are very different narrating. Lucky was the only perspective that I think had a very lyrical thought process. Avery's life, she's very serious. It's her partner that's kind of like the flowery metaphorical talker or whatever, and I've done a lot more annotations in Lucky's perspective than I have in the rest of them. I don't really have a favorite sister. I don't really have anything like categorized. I'm kind of just enjoying the book, and that's really just my update, that I'm having fun and I love annotating and I love reading it, and I think I'm gonna put the playlist on because I just want to feel all the emotions, and I'm liking it a lot more than I thought I would. I don't know what my expectations were. I kind of just was ready to be kind of like bored. A lot of the time character driven stories are very dependent on if you like the characters, and I obviously didn't know if I would like the characters, and I wasn't expecting to, but I really enjoy everything about them. So I'm gonna keep reading. We're pretty far into it, so I'm hoping I can get a very good chunk into this book. I'm not really gonna move from this spot. It's still coming down outside, and it's been a minute. I think it's like early afternoon now. It's almost 2 o'clock, so still snowing, still reading. Not really like crazy updates, crazy locations. Nothing's really changing. I'll update you guys if I have anything important or fun or crazy to talk about. So I'm reading, right? And Teenage Dream by Olivia Rodrigo comes on in this playlist, and I'm listening to the opening lyrics, guys. When am I gonna stop being wise beyond my years and just start being wise? Avery. When am I gonna stop being pretty young thing to guys? Lucky. When am I gonna stop being great for my age and just start being good? Bonnie. When will it stop being cool to be quietly misunderstood? Nikki. Bro. I think half the reading experience genuinely for me has been the playlist. The playlist with the pain and grief and like isolation and everything these characters have felt put to music, like the mixture of that has genuinely made this book like so hard to put down. I don't want to stop. I just watch the hours roll by. I just keep reading and keep reading and keep reading and keep reading, and I keep annotating, and everything they say is like, just want to cry every single time they talk. When am I gonna stop being wise beyond my years and just start being wise? And I'm in Avery's perspective right now. Like, do you understand that? When am I gonna stop being wise beyond my years and just start being wise? When am I gonna stop being a pretty young thing to guys? When am I gonna stop being great for my age and just start being good? Bonnie, oh my god, just I like feel so maternal over them, and it's ruining my life. Like, this book is ruining my life. We are back in our OG spot, and I'm finishing this book. I think I'm on the last 10 pages, but I wanted to save it and finish it with you guys. And I'm sad. And I binged, and I haven't talked at all. I've just binged. It's almost like
I'm glad fingers all the time. She said I could phrase the picture.
the video ended, I know, but I was watching the clip back and I'm hearing slipping through my fingers cleaning. Like, how could she write this? Like, how dare she actually write this? And the song, like, I just can't. I can't. Like, that song with this book, I can't do it. I lied. It's not 4.5 stars. It's 4.75 stars, 5 stars. I don't know what it is. But, like, I don't want to let it go. Like, it was so good. And I'm gonna miss them. Like, I miss them now. I tried to close out this video, and it just... like, I tried to do it the easy way, but it's just really not working for me. I finished this book and I have so many feelings, and I started watching TikTok edits and I just like couldn't stop thinking about it. And I was rewatching the clip and I was listening to Slipping Through My Fingers play while I was reading the ending, and it was just like, I have so many feelings and I like really need to talk about them because I just didn't in the ending. And I tried to like close out the video and be like, yeah, bye guys, thank you for helping me. I can't get over this book. I came into the story ready to read about 4 sisters, and I did, except I only had 3 POVs. I am so grateful for this book, and I think so many of the things that was written and so many things that she explained put a name to a lot of the feelings I feel, and a lot of the stuff I've gone through, it was like reflected in a lot of their conflicts. And when I was listening to them fight and all these different things, I just like related, and it really resonated with me. Coming out of it, I'm just like, I literally love these girls so much, and I understand them all, and I feel for all of them. And like Lucky and Avery and Bonnie and Nicole, I wish I could just sit in their story a little bit longer. Just, I have this feeling of like missing them. I don't really cry when I read books, but like the ending with that song got me. Like, it genuinely got me. I don't know what to say. Like, I don't know what to rate it. I don't know what to do. I gave it 4.75 stars on Goodreads. I think I'm gonna stick with that, but I don't know if it's gonna go up. I annotated the life out of this book. It was one of the best. Like, I read it all today, and it was only 300 pages, but I've never read so much in 300 pages, and they had such heartbreaking, realistic stories. I don't think I am one of those sisters. I just think there's like a compilation of things they felt, things about all of them that I like see in myself. I like can't really express how maternal I feel over this book and like obsessed with it, and it's just one of like my top book, like one of those books I won't ever forget reading. I loved it so much. I just want to sit in the feeling of reading it. I miss it. Having finished it, I'm just like sad. Like, I'm in despair. I don't know why, but it was genuinely that good, and I'm like so happy this book got picked, because I don't know when I would have picked it up. I don't know when I would have read it, but I'm so grateful that I did, and I'm so happy to have read this book this year. Now that I've said all that, I feel like I can actually close out the video. I'm not crying anymore. I'm like, I'm calm, I'm cool. I'm in despair, but I'm okay. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you to everyone who participated in this video. Thank you for choosing the best reads. Genuinely, I think every pick was a great pick. Thank you guys for watching. I love you, but God loves you more, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.